So our guest tonight is an old friend, the one and only Gene Roy. Let me just tell you a little bit about him. He's been on the show several times. Gene has served the community for 40 years in various law enforcement roles. He started his police career as a dispatcher. I can't see. As a dispatcher for investigative unit. Where was that?
Illinois Bureau of Investigation.
Oh, cool. All right, so he was also the chief of detectives. He's had a long and varied career, over 1,100 personnel and a budget of over $100 million in your whole career. Anyway, you've been around the block.
Once or twice.
Yeah, you're a cop's cop and one of my favorites. So one of the reasons I called you to come back is because we're going through some stuff right now with ICE and Governor Pritzker and the police. And so what's your take on all that?
It's, everybody knew it was coming. It's no surprise.
Everybody knew that the National Guard was coming.
National Guard was coming. The crackdown on illegal immigration.
Yeah.
And I'll stress the word
illegal
immigration.
I agree. Yeah.
Everybody knew it was coming. Now, let's start off by putting this all in perspective. Before things got ratcheted up, let's look at recent history. It was wonderful for the National Guard to be in Chicago when it was for the Democratic National Convention to make sure everything went smoothly and there were no disturbances that would take...
They didn't want any Antifa action there.
No Antifa action. I think they're more scared of 1968 replaying itself in modern day with live video.
Yeah.
So that worked out well. So there's some element of hypocrisy here. Let's be honest about that.
Yeah.
We also have to be honest. There is no governor, no mayor, no police chief that is going to be comfortable with another outside government agency from the federal government. Hi, we're here from the federal government. We're here to help you. We've all heard that line once or twice.
Yeah.
There's a natural reaction to that. But at the same time, if you are the highest elected officials in city, county, state government, you have to realize, hey, we took our shot. It's here. It's coming. Let's minimize the damage.
Yeah.
Instead, what we've seen, and to an extent on both sides, is we've seen both sides pour gas on the fire and just light it up, which serves nobody.
No.
So we need to get back to a point where the adults in the room stand up and say, this is the program. This is what we have to do. We don't have to like it.
Yeah.
It's like eating your porridge when you don't want to eat porridge.
Yeah.
You got to take the good with the bad. You accepted the National Guard when they were the good guys.
Yeah.
Now you have to accept them. The rhetoric is totally irresponsible.
Oh, calling them Nazis and all that stuff. That's insane.
That's outrageous. It does nobody any good.
No.
The only people that are going to get hurt by this are some poor cops, or National Guardsmen, law enforcement, ICE agents, trying to do their job in good faith.
Yeah.
Not everybody is the nicest police officer. Not everybody is, when tensions are at the peak, tempers are fraying. Not everybody's a nice guy.
Yeah.
We're all human,
Yeah.
But we need to put that aside, and we need the people at the top to set an example, tone down the hyperbole, make your points where they count, in court and in the court of public opinion. You can't go around and keep inflaming the citizens, the immigrant community, or the business community here.
Yeah.
You can't do that. It's all going to fall apart sooner or later. We have to put a stop to that. We need the responsible adults to stand up.
In many ways, it already has fallen apart, if you ask me. I mean, the last 10, 15 years, it's been horrible for the police. Just awful.
One of the points, I was looking over some numbers earlier today, preparing for our little chat here.
Yeah.
And during the Lightfoot and Johnson administrations, the Chicago Police Department has suffered a net loss of 2,500 officers.
Wow.
That's a net loss. That doesn't mean that there were 2,500 people who retired, and that was the normal level that you'd expect over a 6-year period.
Yeah.
No, that's 2,500 net. That means on top of replacements. So put it in perspective, that's the equivalent of closing 5 to 6 district stations. That means 50 to 60 fewer police squad cars on the street citywide
Wow.
every shift.
Holy cow.
Put that together with dismantling ShotSpotter,
Yeah.
taking that away, that precious tool that has saved lives.
Yeah.
And in those instances where it hasn't necessarily saved the life, it's led to evidence being uncovered that could result in solving shootings, non-fatal shootings or murders. And in some cases, because the call was in a timely manner, the ShotSpotter was able to accurately locate a call. Many people call in, they hear shots 2 to 3 blocks away.
Yeah.
Well, the dispatcher gets that call, puts it together with, hey, we just had a ShotSpotter hit over here, and we know it's not on 1st Street, it's over on 3rd Street, so we're going to send the ambulance and the police to 3rd Street. They've gotten there in time, and they've saved lives because of ShotSpotter.
Why do they want to get rid of it? I don't get it.
It's seen as, by the current mayoral administration,
Racist.
racist.
Yeah.
It's directed against certain segments of the community.
Unbelievable.
And I think at the same time, what they were trying to do is they were trying to reallocate the money that was used to pay ShotSpotter they were going to divert it from ShotSpotter to other projects such as violence interrupters or some of the social programs. But little did they know that the funding for ShotSpotter came out of a dedicated fund. We all pay a certain tax on our cell phones,
Oh, no kidding.
which then goes to the state,
Yeah.
and the state then allocates the money back to the cities for ShotSpotter. It can only be used for that purpose. It cannot be used for the violence interrupters or
Yeah.
an after-school program or something like that.
Wow. So you were on the job 40 years.
Not all of it in Chicago.
Yeah. But you're like the eminence grizz, is I think how you say it, of law enforcement. You've had an incredible career. We were talking earlier about you were the commander in Bridgeport in 2005 when the White Sox won the World Series, and we're working on that show that you're in. And
My favorite year.
yes, Bridgeport's favorite year.
Year.
You came up with the title, yeah. So you had a long and so you're a consultant basically now, right?
Yeah, consultant, or I do some investigations for some lawyers. Too.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you invest in? Like PI cases, personal
Yeah,
injury?
PI cases, could be accidents, could be some sort of personal injury case, could be whether or not proper practices were followed in regards to security or the way something was done by the city or state government.
And do you do all that by yourself, or are you with an agency, or what? What's the deal?
I work for a private detective agency
Oh, no kidding.
on
Yeah.
a need-be basis.
Okay. And you were the chief of detectives for the city of Chicago.
I was very fortunate and honored to hold that position, yes.
That's pretty cool. What's your favorite cop movie? Do you like cop movies?
Oh, of course I like
Yeah,
cop
okay.
movies.
Yeah. Because I love them, I love cops. And that's one of the things we love about doing this show. We've met so many terrific men and women in law enforcement. Just in the last 5-6 years we've been doing this, and they have been absolutely great. We've got over 320 interviews, right, like this. That we're trying to figure out what to do with them because they're fascinating stories. And cops are great people, and they haven't been treated well at all by these idiot politicians and BLM and all this other garbage, and yet they still get up every day and do the job.
You took the words out of my mouth. One of my favorite memes you see popping up on social media every now and then it's a picture of the blue police flag, and it just says on it very simply, yet they got up again this morning and went back out there.
Yeah, amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. You have to be a people person. You
Yeah.
have to have that servant leadership quality imbued in you.
Yeah.
There are people in the police department, unfortunately, who do not have it. They look at it as a job. They get along. They do what they're supposed to do. They meet the minimum standards, the minimum expectations. But there's a saying in Chicago. I'm sure you've heard it from some of your other interviews. What do you know about Joe Blank or something? He's the real police. What about Jane? Hey, she may be a woman, but she's the real police.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate mark of respect.
Oh, that's
when
good
somebody
to know.
says
Yeah.
they're the real police.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Well, that's what we need. Thank God for them. I know. And we met a lot of them in the last 5 or 6 years. They've just been great to us. And you've been retired for how long?
It'll be 10 years next year.
Oh, okay.
Hit 9 years.
So I can see you opening the paper every day and your heart just breaking with all the crap that's going on. You know, it's unbelievable, Gene. It's just crazy.
It really is. And people like myself who have had the good fortune to have a career and be entrusted with the level of responsibility that they were.
Yeah.
You don't get there by not being a people person. You don't get there by just using and abusing your people. I was taught early on, connect people, build teams, look around the corner, see what's coming next, but always take care of your people.
Yeah.
Sometimes taking care of your people is, you got to give them a pat on the shoulder, you got to give them a hug. And but it doesn't mean that you don't take them to the woodshed when they need to go to the woodshed.
Yeah.
There's a balance there.
Yeah.
You're
screwing up, right?
You set clear expectations, and you help your people reach those expectations. I'm very fortunate, and I think that some of the other people you've had on your show that I know of, and there's just too many to name here, who've also been entrusted with similar positions, they would tell you the same story.
Yeah.
They were told from the beginning. There was somebody who saw them when they came out of the academy and they went to that district for the first time.
Yeah.
There's somebody who saw them and said,
That guy,
that girl, there's something about him.
Yeah.
You're going to see them 5-10 years from now.
Yeah.
And they're going to be somebody you want to be with.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate I had those people. They told me when I was right.
Yeah.
They took me to the woodshed when I was wrong.
Yeah.
And I learned from them.
Yeah.
And my primary mission, even though I'm gone, is now I can do more to take care of my troops.
Yeah,
I
you
can take
can.
care of the people.
Yeah.
And that's how I got involved in some of my work with Dr.
PTSD
Juswin
and all
and
that,
the
yeah.
PTSD.
Yeah.
So that's important. These people go out, even though I'm no longer their chief. I'm no longer employed by the police department. I'm still a resident of the city of Chicago.
Yeah.
These people go out, many of whom are my proteges 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
They're out there today protecting me
Yeah.
and my family.
Yeah.
I need to look out for them the same as I did when they were working for me and I was
for
their
you.
boss and they were my subordinates.
Yeah. Yeah. And what was her name is Cammie?
Yeah, Cammie Juswin.
Okay. And is she still working with you guys?
She's still working. As a matter of fact, we have another seminar coming up in early November. And I'll get back to you and maybe we
Bring her
can
back, sure.
throw the dates out for your audience.
Yeah.
And, police work, any first responders, police, fire, EMS,
Yeah.
and even the dispatchers. You'd be surprised what a toll it takes on the dispatchers. They're the one
Oh, they gotta
you
listen to
call.
the calls
People are
coming in.
calling 911 in the worst moments of their life.
Yeah.
There's been a car accident. A loved one is having a medical emergency.
Yeah.
Their kid is missing. They are the ones who take that call from that person, that parent, that
Yeah.
spouse that's frantic.
The worst day of their life.
The worst. They're going through the worst day of their lives.
Yeah.
They have to be able to talk to them, calm them down,
Yeah.
get the pertinent information, rely timely, accurate information out to the beat cars, out to the fire department, EMS, and the other emergency services that may be involved. And then just up until recently, they really didn't get a lot of feedback. How did that turn out?
Yeah.
Did they find a kid? Did they find,
Oh, yeah.
how did the people who were in the accident, how did they do?
Yeah.
And that not knowing and that
sure.
being on the receiving end of that call, you don't know until
damage.
you've been there.
Yeah.
You don't know how much that takes out of you. One of the
Yeah.
things early in my career, when I was working for the state, I was in the radio operator capacity,
Okay.
dispatcher, and I took calls about people being shot. I took calls about a police officer being shot.
Wow.
And that just,
Sure.
it's like you were there.
Yeah.
But except it's worse because if you're there, you see what's happening, you're able to contribute and you're able to work off that stress because you're part of it. You helped save somebody, you did something, you pulled somebody out of a burning car. But when you're sitting there in that 911 center,
Yeah. There's four walls.
the
Yeah.
four walls,
Yeah.
you know, that's a tough spot to be in. So, you know, we treat Cammie's retreat is open to everybody.
Oh,
and
so it's dispatchers too.
it's
Yeah.
open to dispatchers too, and
Yeah.
we've had paramedics, both from the city and from the suburbs. And you know, you talk about the police being under the gun. Paramedics are also under
Oh,
the gun
sure.
too,
Sure they are.
because they're making split-second decisions. It's dark out, conditions of
a guy
uncertainty.
on Pat Fitzmaurice. He was the chief of
Right.
the
Great
ambulance.
guy.
And what a terrific guy. Yeah, he's amazing. And he's been through some hell, you know,
Right.
out in the ghetto there. Now, there was a big murder case, a couple of them actually, that you worked on. One was a family of 13 people who were shot or whatever.
Family of 6 in Gage Park.
Okay, tell that story. What the heck? Were you a detective then?
I was the chief,
Oh, wow.
and get a call.
Now, Gage Park is 55th Street.
55th Street, around Gage Park High School, Gage Park Park,
Okay.
over there, 55th in California. So this is around 56th in California. Get a call one day, and it's January, wintertime. Get a call from my sergeants. Hey, boss, we've got 6 people dead in the building over here. And first thought was, okay, please tell me it was the heater was backed up or something
yeah.
like that. No, boss, the shot and stabbed.
Oh, my God.
Okay,
And
so-
stabbed. Wow.
Yeah. It's so respond to the scene, and
And you're the chief.
I'm the chief. Everybody's looking at me. So
Yeah.
you know, fortunately, they had a good team. They knew what they had to do.
Yeah.
Instead of dealing with 1 or 2, we're dealing with 6. Made things a little more difficult, and
Oh,
also
wow.
because of the number, it gave it a national and international footprint on the media.
Oh, sure.
So it was off to the races. At first, it was a classic whodunit, all sorts of things. There was a Hispanic family. So we had, you know, there's many different angles. Was this a domestic? Was this a robbery gone bad? Was this the cartels?
And there were kids too, right?
There were 2 boys especially, yeah. And that's one of the most tragic parts of the story.
Wow, yeah.
And
How old were they?
9 and 11.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
And as it turns out, we did a lot of work on this. The place looked like a packing plant where the murders took place in terms of blood and
Oh,
everything everywhere.
yeah.
Our detectives worked that scene for 19 hours that day.
Oh.
They were 19 hours. Had to send them home. We just set up security so that the scene wasn't touched.
Oh, okay.
And they went home,
Take a nap.
got some sleep,
Yeah.
came back, and there was blood everywhere. And they were very meticulous about it. They took different samples, several samples, and sent those off for DNA analysis. In the meantime, we're talking to witnesses, talking to people nobody knows. There's all sorts of different theories. The husband had been in the States illegally, and he had been sent back to Mexico, but he had done it voluntarily, so he was eligible to come back. We were given information that the wife's family was mad at him because they felt that he brought trouble on the family. His family was mad at the wife's family, you know, just all sorts of, you know, it's like being in a ballroom at Christmas time and watching all the lights, and the lights are just flickering on or off, and which is the one you're going to grab at? Which is the one you're going to work at?
Yeah.
Another thing, we spent hundreds of hours pulling tapes off of CTA buses. CTA buses are equipped with cameras. So
Yeah.
we didn't know how long they had been in the building in that condition. And what we did is we pulled the identification of the CTA buses that went past that house. It was on a CTA bus route.
Yeah.
We had guys that just
Watch the
mind-numbing, just
yeah.
watched hour after hour after hour of video to see how it was going.
Wow.
You know, so that's the scene. But to this day and to my dying day, I'm so proud of the detectives and the people from the crime lab who worked that scene. No complaints. Hey, go home. No, we got to get this. Okay, but here, you've been here since noon. You
Yeah.
got to go at a certain time.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So finish what you're doing, but we're going to knock off and we're going to secure the scene at a certain time. The next morning, I was a graduation ceremony or something at the Navy Pier.
Okay.
So I walk in. So I knew that the mayor and the superintendent would be waiting there for their personal briefing.
Oh yeah.
So I park my car and I'm walking in, and the director of news affairs for the police department grabs me and says, I'm sure you're probably well aware that there's going to be a press conference after the graduation ceremony. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figured that was coming. I got my talking points. I'm all set.
Yeah.
You know, I knew it was coming. I'd been in a job long enough,
Yeah.
from a detective all the way up. I knew what the drill was, so I was ready for that. So I said, I'm ready. He said, well, the thing you're not ready for, but let me tell you, is they're going to announce that you're taking personal charge of the investigation.
Oh.
Okay, so
Now you know.
now I know, and you know, you don't get to be that position by being stupid.
No.
So
Yeah.
this is what it is. If we're putting this on you, so we don't have to talk about it.
Sure.
So okay, it goes with the job.
Yeah.
That's why I get the big bucks
Yeah.
in a nice car, nicer car. So I knew, had my talking points, I was ready to go. But at the same time, I knew this is it. If we solve it, I'm a hero.
Yeah.
If we don't, well, he was going to retire anyway, so I'll just retire a little bit sooner. So I understood that. So I was on top of the game. I was on top of it. So we went through a lot of things, and we actually had we worked with an agency of the federal government that had some informants who were trying to ingratiate themselves with the G, and said they had information about the murder. And the G came to us and said, look, you know, we've got this information. We know you've got the 6 murders. We've done some preliminary work. It may be, it may not be.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? 6 people were murdered, whole family. We have to send. So we went through a lot of rigmarole.
Yeah.
And we sent detectives down to a very hostile environment along with the DEA to talk to these people.
In America or
Outside the United States.
Okay. Yeah.
So we went down there. Turns
Did you
out.
go down too?
No, I didn't.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And I got people to do that. My
Sure.
job is to run the ship.
Okay, yeah.
You know, the captain's got to run the ship. You know, somebody else can put the coal in
The furnace.
in the furnace.
Yeah.
So you come back and semi-productive. It turns out it was more productive for the federal people than it was for us. It really
sure.
didn't turn out to be anything. It was just coincidences. But we had to pursue it. We had to eliminate it.
Yeah.
And there's 2 reasons we finally broke the case. Number 1 is we were able to get DNA
Oh yeah.
off that, and we got a good hit from the DNA evidence.
In the apartment.
And it was actually in the basement.
Okay.
And that's one of the worst parts of the story.
Oh.
So the other part of it is there's a retired policeman who calls one day and says, hey, you know, I've been thinking about this thing. Yeah. And there was a guy, I'm a security guard and I work at such and such a place.
Yeah.
And there's a guy who works with us who stopped coming to work shortly after this happened.
Oh.
And he was gone for like 3 or 4 days. And when he came back, he was like all cut up.
Ah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So the A-team was on it,
Yeah.
did their backgrounds, did their work, found out it was the guys, it was a relative of the family. He felt that he was owed some money. He went to the house to confront
The father or whatever.
not the father, but the wife.
Oh.
And he gets into it with her, and he shoots her and kills her.
Oh my God.
Now, here's Mom's in the house. Mom hears what's going on. She goes to look what happened, and all of a sudden, well, I killed one.
He killed another one.
She had to kill her, so that's 2 down.
Holy cow.
See how else? It's 2. Then we had see, Dad was out getting some food,
Oh.
and
wasn't
he
that-
came home. They let him in the house and
Popped him.
popped him.
Yeah.
So now we're up to 3. The kids come home,
Oh boy.
and that's the worst part of the story. But there was also the mom's brother. He was up there. He tried to help her. When he heard the shots, he was gone too. So now
Wow.
we're up to 4. The only 2 outstanding are the kids.
Yeah.
And they come home. They took him down in the basement. The murderer had his girlfriend with him.
Holy
real
cow.
smart guy.
Well, jeez.
Had the girlfriend with him and said, he told the kids to pack up, that their dad had asked him to come and bring them home to Mexico with him.
Yeah.
So they told him to go and pack their stuff. So they go and they pack their stuff. They're down in the basement, and he just starts stabbing them.
Wow.
Killed them to death by stabbing them repeatedly.
And there's 2 little boys, right?
2 little boys, 9 and 11. And
Oh,
you
my
could
God.
see the youngest guy, had tried to crawl underneath a bed where he slept.
Yeah.
And there's a blood trail,
Oh my God.
his hands and his feet.
Yeah.
So put 2 and 2 together. Bingo, we got a hit on the DNA.
Yeah.
Grabbed him, grabbed the girl. They both,
the girlfriend. Yeah.
yeah, they both gave it up.
Oh.
And that was the case. It was just so vicious that there were experienced police officers and the state's attorneys we had from felony review, because of the nature, the scope of this case, they had their top guns out there working with us,
Yeah.
hand in glove with us to make sure everything was done the right way. We weren't going to miss anything. We
Yeah.
weren't going to overlook something.
Because you want to make sure this guy goes away.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they were watching the video from the interview room. People were crying.
Oh yeah.
People were puking.
Oh, wow.
I mean, to listen to this, in graphic detail.
Oh wow.
And that's if it hadn't been for the hard work and the dedication, the detectives and the people from the crime lab who processed that crime scene, who worked tirelessly, some doing some exciting stuff,
Yeah.
and some doing some drudge work.
Yeah.
But they never complained.
Yeah.
They never came.
They
They
wanted
came
to
back the next day and they
Yeah.
kept doing it again,
Yeah.
doing it again until it was
God
done.
bless him. Yeah.
God bless them. They're
Yeah.
the ones that made that case. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
All I had to do was every now and then I had to call somebody to start crying about overtime or something
Oh,
like that, and I
yeah.
just make a phone call and have a little chat with them, and we
Yeah.
resolved that.
Yeah.
And that was with some outside agencies, but once we had a chat and just reminded them about the facts of life and the import of this particular case,
Yeah.
they saw the light. They came
Yeah.
around. So that was probably one of the most depressing and at the same time one of the most important cases I worked on in my life.
And it's got to have some toll on you, seeing all that evil. You know, are you Catholic?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so that would be a moment of real faith, and you got to say, God, what is this all about, right? Oh,
Yep.
it's just evil, pure evil.
Pure evil. I mean, the woman who was just led these kids to their death. Oh, come on, I'm going to help you pack your
Oh,
bags.
yeah, the girlfriend.
And then just the guy starts stabbing them, and just
Oh, my
they're
God.
crawling for their lives.
Yeah, Jeez. See, this is the stuff you don't hear about, you know? It's like police work ain't easy.
No.
Not at all.
No.
PTSD from that, though, I'm sure, you know?
You can see how it affected me when I talked about the 9-year-old.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
It's probably show up on your camera.
Yeah.
To this day, I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
And, you know, there were literally dozens of people. You know, after the first day or two when things calmed down and we got some people, we were finished with the scene and we got some people back into a normal 8-hour working routine.
Yeah.
We had a critical incident debriefing for them and just told them, you know, this is, everybody's screwed up over this.
Yes. Yeah.
And what you're going through is entirely normal.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to say it. And you need to talk to a counselor. Here's the department's professional counseling service.
Yeah.
There's other avenues that are open to you.
What year was this? Do you
This would
remember?
be 2016.
Oh, not that long ago.
Yeah. So,
Now, do you have kids?
yes, I do.
How many kids do you have?
I have 2 kids and 7 grandkids.
How old are your kids?
My kids are, let's see, my son is he's 46 and my daughter is 44.
So, did you talk to them about this, or did you?
My son's also a police officer. And
Oh, is he
he's-
really?
He's up in the Milwaukee area.
Okay.
But yeah, I've talked to them about it, and there's very few people that I really talk to and open up about it.
Yeah.
You know, and
I don't blame you. Yeah.
you know, it's not. It's a burden you have to work through yourself. It's
Yeah.
really not important to share every grisly detail
Yeah.
of it with your family, especially when they've got kids.
Yeah.
And, you know, I opened up a little bit more here because, you know, this is going out over the airwaves. This
Yeah.
is TV and this is radio. And it's not like me sitting down and, you know, talking to my son or my daughter and saying blah, 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 and going, well, no, I can't tell you more. I don't want to tell you more.
Yeah.
At some point, you have to accept that it's your lot in life to handle. You can tell your kids, your family, your loved ones, I'm struggling. You know why? You know, I'm going to be a little out of sorts. I'm
Yeah.
not going to be the normal happy-go-lucky guy that I am or girl that I am.
Mm-hmm.
And that's normal.
Yes.
But tell your family about it. Don't try
Oh,
and be
yeah.
Mr. Tough Guy or Ms. Tough
Yes,
Guy.
yeah.
And you leave your family out in the lurch. Share. You don't have to go into detail, but tell them, I'm going through a really bad time.
Yes.
Really bad
I saw
time.
some bad stuff.
Some bad stuff. And-
I met the devil. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Evil.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Wow. That's a hell of a story. And that you went out the next day and did it again, you know? God
Yes.
bless you.
That's
And
the
all
thing.
of our officers. Yeah.
You know, the thing is, you know, you're talking about, we started off by talking about the police and the military and the National Guard
Yeah.
and that, you know, not to take anything away from the military, you know, but they get deployed, it's for a certain amount of time,
Yeah.
you know, in the modern era, you know, a year, 6 months, 3 months, what have you. Cops are doing this for 20, 25, 30 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Every day. Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah. Yeah. And they don't get the respect from people like Brandon Johnson and Pritzker. And, you know, it's like, what are these dirtbags? Don't get it, you know? I can't believe it. And in Chicago is 2,500 cops short, right?
2,500 net. That means 2,500 who have not been replaced. It's not like 2,500 were retired in a 5-year period,
Yeah.
and 2,500 were hired to replace them over that 5-year period. That means
They ain't coming back.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that means 5,000 left, and only 2,500 were hired.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Huh. Well, do you see any light at the end of the tunnel? Or, I mean, is it going to get any better in your opinion?
It has to get better. It can't keep going down the same road
Oh, yeah.
that it has been. Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, Hopefully it's something just relatively minor, but somebody sits up and says, you know what? This could have been a disaster. We need to pull the plug on this nonsense right now.
Yeah,
We need to put an end to this stuff. It's going to happen. It never happens soon enough. It never happens visibly enough. It will happen. It cannot continue to keep on going the way it is. You know, Chicago, the metrics are just terrible.
Yeah.
I read something this morning that so far this year, there have been 30 murders of school children, you know, from K through 12th grade.
Yeah.
And 90% of them
In Chicago, this is?
in Chicago are CPS students.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the numbers that were non-fatally shot, 100.
Oh, yeah.
100, I think it's 100, 130, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. Yeah.
Kids like that, wives growing up, you were growing up,
Yeah.
you never heard about
Nobody
stuff
was
like that.
getting shot, that's for sure. Yeah.
Nobody was getting shot like that.
Yeah.
And nobody was making excuses for killers either.
No.
Or
you're
people
right.
that were doing shooters.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a bad world. Now, this whole thing recently with the Charlie Kirk assassination is like, what in the hell is going on in America, you know?
I think we've reverted back to the 1970s.
Yeah.
I mean, the 1970s were just wild times. I mean, we had the Black Panthers
Yeah.
going on. We had the Students for Democratic Society.
Mm-hmm.
We had the Weathermen.
Yeah.
We had bombings of government buildings. We had bombings of buildings in downtown Chicago.
Bernadette Dorn and
Bernadette Dorn.
Yeah, Bill Ayers. Yeah.
And the woman who just died in Cuba, who was doing bank robbery, was involved in a bank robbery in New Jersey, and state trooper attempted to pull him over, and she was with a man who was one of the offenders from the robbery, and he shot and killed one of the officers. She was part and parcel of that. She was tried. She was convicted. Somehow she managed to escape from jail, and she lived out 30, 40 years in Cuba.
God. Oh, my God.
But let's not forget the days of rage in downtown Chicago in the 70s. Sure. I mean, that's where Sheriff Elrod, who was a corporation counsel at the time, was
tackling
out
the guy. Yeah.
was tackling a guy. He was out there,
Paralyzed.
providing legal guidance to the police and what they could and could not do, and how to do it and how not to do it, even though it was the 1970s. And, the demonstration turned violent, and, God bless him, a great man. He got a little too involved in it and tried to tackle somebody, and he ended up being crippled for the rest of his life.
I remember.
But he went on to live a full and productive life as a judge.
Yeah.
God bless him.
Do you know Jim Mullen?
I know Mr. Mullen very well.
What a terrific guy, huh?
Another living version of they got up and did it all over again the next day. Jim hasn't forgotten where he comes from.
God bless him.
Comes from a long line of police officers.
Yeah.
And he hasn't forgotten where he comes from.
Makes great applesauce,
Makes
too.
great applesauce.
Yeah.
And it's not to make him rich.
No. Yeah.
It's to provide for other officers. And to, more importantly, to serve as an example for other officers.
Yeah.
You got dealt a losing hand, pal. But you know what? You don't have to take that losing hand. You're never going to be what you were yesterday.
Yeah.
But you can still be somebody. You can still be important. You can still make a difference in your family's life.
Yeah.
You can make a difference in the lives of your community. You can make a difference in the lives of those officers, those firemen that work with you.
Yeah.
And he's done that.
He's great.
He's done it perfectly.
Yeah. God bless him. We try, he's talked to me several times, but I haven't been able to get it on the audio on the show. But I'm so proud of him building his own company and all that stuff, and his wife, what's her name? Athena.
Athena.
Yeah. What a great pair, I got to tell you.
They are.
Yeah. Well, I'm amazed that you go through this stuff and it doesn't knock you. I mean, you're still at it, and you have a good personality, and you are an upbeat guy.
I have my days.
I might have put you into that tonight. I hope not, but it's scary, especially if these are your people and you're seeing them being treated badly and everything. And it's like, And it's politicians, I think. They're the idiots. They don't get it. And it's frightening with a mayor like Brandon Johnson in charge. It's like, that guy's a complete moron. You know, I'm sorry. I'm on the radio saying that, but it's the truth.
Just some of the things, again, they don't like what's going on. Like I said earlier, no governor, no mayor, no chief wants outside people inside.
No, yeah.
Doing his people's job. I get that. But again, you have to realize these are the facts. It's not changing. You need to coordinate. You need to collaborate. And I don't mean collaborate in the sense of putting CPD people in squad cars to go out and do immigration raids.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
No.
Shouldn't do it.
No.
I don't want, because they're not trained to do it.
Yeah.
It's outside their league. They're going to get jammed. No. But they have to know that if ICE has information that somebody's going to try and disrupt something at a certain location, a certain time, they need to talk to their opposite number and high in the commands structure of the CPD to say, we have information that there may be a civil disturbance at
Something's
this
gonna go
location tomorrow at this time.
Yeah.
Please respond accordingly.
Yeah.
It can be done. It should be done. It needs to be done. If it doesn't get done, some poor innocent is going to get hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's too much of, he did it, you know. It's like, stand up.
You know, it's interesting that all of a sudden you don't hear about Washington anymore, do you?
Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C.
Oh, no,
there were huge cries of protest. Oh, you can't take
Oh,
over.
they got all the criminals in jail. Yeah.
Well, you don't hear, and the mayor actually,
The mayor turned around and said he was right. Yes. Yeah.
L.A. all of a sudden, you know, the bastion of ultra-liberalism.
Oh, yeah.
What do you hear about L.A. anymore?
Yeah.
I mean, they shut down throughways. They stoned squad cars.
That's
It was
insane.
terrible.
Yeah.
You don't hear too much about L.A. anymore.
yeah.
Portland's still a hot spot, but I saw something on the way over.
Portland, oh, yeah.
Portland decided that maybe they should take down the camps that the protesters have set up outside the ICE building.
Yeah.
It's just common sense thing. You're not going out and riding with ICE and locking up illegal immigrants. That's not your job. You're not trained for that. Just like ICE isn't trained for crowd control.
No.
They're trained in self-preservation if they get into a crowd control.
Yeah.
But they're not trained how to set it up, how to prevent it, how to channel people, keep people away from scenes. That's for CPD's forte. It's been proven over 2 Democratic conventions and numerous demonstrations. Let CPD do its job.
Good advice.
Without crossing that boundary line over immigration. That's a third wire. If anybody gets pushed near that third wire, it's not going to be the bosses or the politicians that are going to get hurt. It's going to be some innocent cop who's there because he's doing his best to provide for his family.
Yeah.
Can't have that.
No. Well, Gene, just terrific. I'm sorry to bring it, but you're so fascinating. I want to thank you for everything. Come back again. Bring the, and what message for the officers out there who are listening? If you feel like you need help, go get it. Right?
You feel like you need help, go get it. There's no shame in saying, I hurt, I'm wounded, I need help.
Yeah.
If somebody shot you, you'd go to the hospital.
Sure.
If you had a broken leg, you'd go to the hospital.
Yeah.
If your heart is breaking, if your mind is overwhelmed, get that taken care of too.
Good for you. All right, pal. Thank you so much. God bless you. We're going to take a little break here on Hibernian Radio. We'll be right back after these messages from our friends.